Okay, we'll go ahead and get started with questions for Zach Byron. Kelly, go ahead and get started.
I guess this was a much different experience for you. You kind of knew ahead of time that you were probably going to start. What was the week like, and kind of what was it like going through the pregame and then getting into the game as a starter?
First I got to say, like I did last week, no matter we win or lose, all glory goes to God. He's the one that puts us in this position, good or bad. He's got a plan, and his plan is perfect. But talking about that, so we kind of knew I was going to be the guy coming into it. So this week was big on mental reps, because they have really good defense. They bring a lot of stuff. They disguise stuff well. So it's big on like watching film, mental reps, seeing it that way. So when you get to the game, it slows down. And in pregame, it was just making sure I'm focused, locked in, ready for what my assignment's going to be, and just executing it one play at a time.
Rod?
On the 9-yard touchdown run, when you looked up, what did you see downfield ahead of you?
Well, I saw PJ cross my face on a drag, and he pulled a guy. And I saw green grass, and there was two, I guess it was a linebacker and safety or somebody were back, and it was a race to the end zone. They might have beat me there. Probably did beat me there, but like I tell these guys, they lay it on the line for us every single day. So we got to lay it on the line for them. Like Coach Key says, we're doing it for the GT on the front of us. We're doing it for the guys next to us. So in that situation, you can't turn down contact, and you got to do it for the people next to you.
Ken?
The interception you threw, the turn. I watched you come off the bench or out the sideline. You weren't like demonstrative. Kind of what was going through your mind, and what did Jeff tell you when he came over to you?
It was a great play by the defender. We didn't think he'd be able to get up that tall and pat the ball down on that play. So it was a great play. It wasn't necessarily anything. It was just a great player making a great play. So that's what Coach Winky and Coach Long and Jeff. Jeff told me and said forget about it. We got to keep going and win this game. And that's something I'm super appreciative with Jeff and Zach and Tyson and Brody. Is they're all we compete every single day, and everybody wants to be the guy out there. But no matter who the guy is, those 4 other guys are the most supportive people on that field, no matter who you are. And that's what I'm most thankful for, is those 4 guys right there. And that kind of goes unheard of, but those 4 guys make me a way better player than what I could be.
Yeah, there were a lot of instances that you showed mental and physical toughness. Where does that come from?
It's just how I was raised. Right, coming from football. 2 years in high school, I played in speak for a wing team run offense. I played offense and defense, and then the last 2 years I kind of went to a bigger school and became more of a quarterback. But I was just raised that way. I was instilled from a young age to have a great work ethic from my parents, and to be tough, and do it for the people next to you. Don't be selfish. And I feel being selfish is when you shy away from things like that. So these guys are putting their body on the line for us every play. I should do the same. So that's just how I was raised. It's how I was coached from a young age, and
Rod?
What kind of lift did Dante give you guys on that final drive there? He made some big plays.
Oh my goodness, Dante's a baller. All 3 of those. Jamie Felix stepped up as a true freshman too, and Hassan's a baller. But Dante had a great pass protection on that last touchdown throw to Nate right there. Honestly, that play is because of Dante. I haven't watched the film yet to see what else, but I just know I could feel Dante, and he whooped this dude right there. And, because of him is the reason we got that throw off and we were able to be successful on that drive.
Kelly?
I thought maybe one of the bigger moments of the game, and some Coach Key mentioned too, was the 1-minute drive before the half where you guys got the field goal. Can you talk about just going through and executing that and kind of getting some confidence? Was that built upon last week and the way that game ended?
It was built upon last week, and then every Thursday we end with a 2-minute situation, good on good. And that's something that we build on every week, and I'm comfortable in a 2-minute situation going fast. And I wish I had that throw to PJ back. I know I missed him. He was wide open. Wish I had that back for sure, but our thing is, 2-minute, 4-minute, whatever it is, we got to play our football, our brand of football. We can't beat ourselves. When we beat ourselves is when we're not successful. So that drive, we weren't beating ourselves. We were winning our one-on-ones, and we were just moving the ball fast and being efficient. So.
Okay, Ken, if you want to wrap this up, Zach.
I think what's impressed me about the way you play and others is that I think a lot of freshmen come into your situation, their eyes are big, and they're, throwing as hard as they can and then getting play game penalties. None of that seems to be happening with you. Like, how familiar or comfortable does it feel, like, really compared to kind of what you felt in high school?
Well, I played at a bigger school in high school, so it's not like I'm coming from a huge competition jump. These guys are, they're way better than when I played, better coaches, but I think it also comes from preparation. Coach Winkie and Coach Long being, super hard on us at practice, which makes the game easier. I know that's a saying everybody has, but it really is true. The harder they are at practice, the easier the game is, and it really just comes from our preparation.
Awesome. Thanks. Okay, just delayed by a couple of days making his debut here with you guys is Clayton Powell Lee. We'll open it right up for questions for Clayton. Go ahead, Kelly.
Can you talk about the interception at the end of the game? And obviously, big moment for you.
Yeah, it's my first. Hopefully, get me any more throughout my career here. It was an adrenaline rush for sure, because when you play your coverage and you have no work, you just look around, and I happened to see a dig coming across the middle, and Zamari really helped out with the deflection, and we call it tips and overthrows, so I knew I had the opportunity to get a pick and get a big momentum change for my team, and that led us to scoring and ultimately winning the game possibly. So I feel as if that was a great moment in my career and in the game.
Go ahead, Rod.
What happened on that last turnover? What did you see?
I saw really what everybody really saw. It was just a run, kind of finna get squeaked out. Then one of my teammates, we still don't know who got it yet, but got a little fumble, got a hit on the ball and just squeaked out. And I'm like, in my head, I'm just thinking, get the ball, it's in the game. So I saw it going out of bounds. Yeah, I saw it going out of bounds. I just knew I had to make sure it didn't go out of bounds, cradle it, stay in bounds so we can end the game, go home with a dub. And yeah, that's how it went.
Ken?
Can you describe just kind of how you felt this week and what was going on with you?
Haven't felt the best. Physically, my body was kind of wore down, was kind of sick. So I knew throughout the week I just had to get better in order for Saturday. And I was still knowing about the game plan, knowing what we were going into. I watched a lot of film while I was taking care of myself, watched a lot of film. So I knew when I got out there, it wouldn't be nothing new to me. So I just prepared myself. Even though I wasn't at practice physically, I knew that I knew my thought process had to be a lot better, because I wasn't physically getting the reps. I had to get the reps mentally. So when I got out there, it wasn't nothing I haven't seen still.
How many practices did you miss?
I missed the whole week except for Thursday and Friday. Yeah, so I didn't practice the whole week, but got some practice in. I got a little bit to where I'm comfortable enough to at least go out there and perform at my best level, and I feel like I did that tonight. Well, today.
Go, Rod.
How satisfying has it been for the defense to, over the last 3 or 4 games to say, hey, we really played a big role in this win?
We always we always have an identity as the dark side, just to do our best, even though the game may not be going our way or whatever the circumstances may be. We know we have a job to uphold on our side of the ball with getting stops, limiting points, limiting explosive plays. So we just know that on our side of the ball, we have a job to do, and we just always stick to it. Even good, bad, we always try to stay together, stay as one unit, because we know we keep doing it, something's going to go our way.
Couple more for Clayton. Go ahead, Kel.
It seemed like in the second half you played more, and maybe you and Kari were rotating a little bit early in the game. Was that just you starting to feel better and get your confidence back?
Yeah, it was. It for sure was. I knew that going in the game, I wasn't going to feel the best, so I knew Kari was going to have to step up for me, and he did. He played a hell of a game, and he played to where we could still, even though we were down 1, we could still keep the process going, keep it going. And when I got in, I started to feel better. It was just from there on, I told the defense, hey, I'm back. Let's just keep it rolling. Let's just keep on pushing it. No matter what's happening, let's just keep on pushing it.
Ken?
When you guys were down 27-16, kind of what was going through your mind about what you felt your chances were at that point?
I still knew we could win the game, honestly. It was a matter of who was going to take it, really. Like, who was going to buckle down for the ride and who was going to step up and make plays when the opportunity came uphold. And I feel as if everybody, my buddy Zach Pyron, I feel like he really stepped up with a situation that's just been wild all season. It's been a wild season. He really stepped up, and I feel like me and a lot of my teammates stepped up into just playing a great game, playing a full quarters game, full 4 quarters.
Okay, awesome. Thanks.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let's start with questions for Nate McCollum. Rod?
On that touchdown catch and run, did you have any idea whether you might have stepped out of bounds or not?
Actually, I didn't. I kind of slowed down, but yeah, thanks to the my shoe size and good camera angles, yeah, ended up pulling it off.
Kelly?
What was it like? You guys were down, I think it was 11, and obviously the pick 6 and all that. Just kind of what was Zach's demeanor and kind of what was the offense's demeanor going into to trying to make the comeback?
That swing and momentum is tough, but I feel like that's in our identity. You know, we don't pay attention to the scoreboard or what happens. You know what I'm saying? And Zach, he's very poised. You know, to be a freshman, like he doesn't act like a freshman, and to me, he doesn't play like one either. So yeah, I'm proud of him.
That 3rd and 19 it was, and you were in the crossing route. Kind of, what was the play call there, and like how were you able to get so open?
All right, well, so we knew I was gonna have a shallow up under. Hopefully, it was gonna bring pressure, and you know they ended up playing man. I think they did end up bringing some pressure, and I just had to shake that one man, and I knew if I caught it, just get upfield, get as much as I could.
How satisfying was it to break one? You've been kind of doing a lot of short catches, getting tackled maybe by one guy, like one-on-one, not getting quite loose. How satisfying was it to break one off like that?
You know, in the slot, you know, I feel like it's part of the game. You know, it's part of Coach Long's game plan. But you know, it always feels good to break a long one. So.
You guys got us a really good start. In the second quarter, you ran into some trouble. Kind of, what did you feel was happening with the offense at that point?
Oh, you say it again?
In the second quarter, you guys had some trouble moving the ball. Was there anything particular you think that was going on that was preventing you from being more effective?
I mean, I think Virginia Tech defense was just playing very well. You know what I mean? We came in at halftime and see who we could open up with, and I felt like that gave us a push.
Go ahead, Ryan.
The offense has struggled a little bit inside the 10-yard line. How satisfying was it to see Zach, you know, have the sense to take off and run and dive into the end zone for that touchdown?
We needed that, man. That's grown man stuff, and that's what I mean by when he's a freshman, but he doesn't play like that. That's big time. We really needed that.
When did you first notice that Zach had maybe some different qualities than most freshmen?
Just the way in the huddle, coming from the sideline. We don't huddle as much, you can see, but like just the way how he reacts to things. You know what I mean? Like if we go backwards, you know, he's still calm and collective. So, yeah.
Anything else for Nate?
What is your shoe size?
It's a 10. It's a 10. It's a 10. Yeah, don't be a problem. I would be like, don't worry about it. It's a 10. It's a 10. Yeah. You got me. That's
Awesome.
All right, Nate.
All right, man.